Sonic has been pretty much dormant ever since 2017's Sonic Forces. Sure, Team Sonic Racing happened, but I'm pretty well certain the overwhelming majority has forgotten about that game by now. But with some recent news, rumors, and leaks with emphasis on the quotation marks, I wanted to give my 2 cents and speculate a bit. These past 2 weeks have been the most noteworthy for the blue pincushion in recent memory, so I might as well. First off, turns out Amy's voice actress won't be voicing her in the future games, and thankfully, Mike Pollock appears to still be in the Sonic cast. He has survived one recast before, but I was really worried that he would either retire or be thrown out for a new guy. Good on ya, Sega. Here's to hoping he stays for as long as Mike wants to voice him. Now there's a lot that I think Sonic could do this year, but I specifically want to discuss one of the recent leaks and give my thoughts on it. Keep in mind to take these with a grain of salt, because leaks don't often end up being legit, it's just fun to speculate so long as you don't get your hopes up too high. There's a lot of interesting stuff in the article I'm gonna cover, so I'll leave a link to it in the description if you want to give it a read. Zippo, the user who wrote the article, says that modern Sonic will be the focus of this anniversary, a detail that should be abundantly clear judging by the logo alone, according to him at least. Despite Mania being a huge success, Sega doesn't want Sonic to be defined by this game. I'm not sure how to feel about this claim. As I see it, Sonic isn't defined by a single game. He's loved and disliked for several reasons. Sure, Mania being a huge success that was made by fans is a bit embarrassing, but it's also stupid to think that Sega/Sonic team wouldn't make another classic Sonic or Mania type of game. I mean, they kinda proved they don't really understand what people love about Sonic when they tried shoving classic Sonic into a game he had no reason to be in, so... Either way, personally, I've never been that huge into classic Sonic. I could honestly care less about Sonic 1 through 3. I can tell you this for certain, they're not bad games, but I don't know what else to tell you because I grew up playing the games, but not particularly liking them. The level design is fine, but I've grown to prefer different styles of 2D Sonic. I'm expecting angry fans to show up in my comments instantaneously now, so let's move on before that happens. The first game Zippo claims to be happening is a collection including Sonic Advance, Pocket Adventure, and Sonic R. He says that the focus for it is to celebrate 30 years of Sonic with the lesser circulated games, but this seems like a bit of a stretch if you ask me. I mean, 2 2D games that have nothing to do with each other and Sonic R? That doesn't really add up, especially considering each of the games' popularity, but I could of course end up being wrong, it just doesn't feel very likely due to its rather random nature. I am saying that, but Super Mario 3D All-Stars happened, so anything can happen, I suppose. The next game is a Sonic Advance/Rush style 2D platformer. This is what I want the most. I absolutely adore Sonic Rush, and I feel the formula had a ton more potential that just went underutilized, so a return to Rush would be a great chance for it to really show that. On the other hand, there is the potential of the next 2D game being Advance style. In my honest opinion, Advance had fairly basic design due to the limiting nature of the Game Boy Advance's screen. This led to the main issue I have with the game, objects and platforms being too hard to see at times, making it easy to die or lose rings, and as I said, the level design. It's a passable 2D Sonic, plenty more enjoyable than the classic trilogy with its new gimmicks, playable characters and such giving it more replayability, but again, it's another Sonic style that I'm not necessarily hooked to. But since screen crunch is no longer an outstanding problem, there's a lot of improvements that can be made with the Advance formula. I'd have to revisit Advance sometime so I could give more in-depth thoughts, though I wouldn't be completely opposed to a new Advance-style game if Sega can squash the issues I personally had with it. The last big thing on Zippo's list is a return to the adventure style with the 3D games, with more characters being playable than just Sonic for the first time in several years. I don't have too much to add to this yet as I haven't finished Sonic Adventure. Yes, I know I'll get to it eventually, just give me some more time. In all seriousness, I have enjoyed what I've played of the game, but I'm interested to play more of it so I can finally understand why Sonic fans are so oddly obsessed with the mere suggestion of Sonic Adventure remakes being possible. That's the last thing on Zippo's list though, so do I think it's plausible? Not really, no. I'm not getting my hopes up for anything like a Rush successor anytime soon. Sonic Team really hasn't done anything to warrant thinking they're all of a sudden going to realize, oh yeah, people want an adventure-style game, whenever people have been asking for that for years now. I'm not ruling it out entirely as a possibility, as Sega could surprise us, but I feel it would be more likely for the team to go in a different direction with a 3D Sonic game like they did with Lost World. Like I said earlier in the video, given their messy track record, I genuinely cannot see a real timeline where Sonic Rush and an adventure-style game end up being released. Especially considering we haven't seen an Advanced or Rush-style game ever since, well, Advance or Rush. Rush was kinda given another spin with Sonic Generations on 3DS, but with less interesting level design. Now Sonic does seem to be headed into a new direction with its focus on splitting modern and classic as of recently. I just hope that stays true with the game announcements. Classic Sonic is a tired character at this point, and after Forces, I think a lot of people are willing to give him up if it means he isn't needlessly shoved into another mainline game. I'm probably wrong about that, let me know in the comments, I'm sure you will anyway. Though I do think Mania 2 is still a possibility, unfortunately, given the huge success that it was. Not to say Mania was bad, I'm simply insinuating the possibility of another Sonic Forces type game or some other form of a poorly designed boost game. I don't know though, this is all pretty much speculation. Sonic Prime and such just have me curious about the future of the Blue Blur with its apparent focus on the multiverse. This seems to be far more interesting than Sonic Boom, but that may just be me. I don't know how to transition into this properly, but I want to go into my personal hopes for what I would want to see the series do next. So for a Sonic Rush successor, Blaze should obviously return for one. She's one of many insultingly underused Sonic characters that goes mostly ignored outside of the comics. Heck, at that rate, just have the game explore the Soul Dimension, seeing as I believe this isn't a location we get to see anywhere in the main games. It'd make for an interesting twist, that's for sure. Maybe explore the lore of the Soul Emeralds? There are a lot of elements and characters in Sonic games that go mostly unexplained and underused, so this doesn't apply to just a Sonic Rush successor. More stories and such could be adapted into spin-off titles. What's up with Silver? How did he get his powers? What led Eggman to despising Sonic, or how did he end up in his world to begin with? I know that one would be a messy subject to cover though, given the whole two worlds thing, but overall, my biggest hope for Sonic in 2021 is something new, as I see this potentially being a new era for Sonic. Of course, that could just be me getting my hopes up too high, so I might want to lower that down a bit, but they could also go out and completely blindside us with a new action RPG sequel to Sonic Chronicles, but let's be real, Sega doesn't appreciate the classics. We'll just have to wait and see what Sega is cooking up, and hopefully it's worth the wait, but I'm personally gonna stay cautiously optimistic. What do you think though? Do you have any particular hopes or fears for Sonic this year? Let's start a discussion in the comments. Regardless of how you feel, please do consider subscribing if you enjoy my content. I'm Wisp, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.